and the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. He finds an opening past the 40. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 65 yards on the ground. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Back to throw here. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. That's a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
They'll set up a throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. It's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And out come the Chiefs now. And not great starting field position here for the offense. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Near his goal line. Here's Keenum. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 97 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, Parker.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They run again on first down. Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On second down, Cook. And some room to roam now. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a third and inches. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Fourth and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store.
Here we go now.
Now it's Keenum. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Again, it's Keenum. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Runs through the contact. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Keenum throwing on 2nd. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rhodes. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. This is Hunt. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll run. This is Hunt. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And now they'll throw with Keenan. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Now the point after try for Santos. And it's good to make it 14-0. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They start the drive with Cook, and he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks right at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Let's go! Ryan 38!
He'll look to throw. He's got him in, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Gun. They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down.
Let's go. 1-9.
Back to throw. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. Now Dan Carpenter to try a field goal here. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team. Helps them start their comeback.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Keenum on first down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They'll run it here with Hunt. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now. They run again with Hunt. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Around the NFL, 2nd quarter down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's a punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now the UCLA man, the former Bruin, Jeff Locke, on to punt it away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So 2nd and 10 here. They'll look to throw here. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. First down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. And it's 2nd down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go! One! Flex round! Flex round!
He'll drop to throw. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. To throw now on first down. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Here we go! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Here we go!
Again, he'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top, as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Around the NFL, 2nd quarter down in Tampa, and the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
To throw is Keenum. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
The Chiefs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun, Keenum. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Here's Hunt. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run again with Hunt. And some room to work. And he's brought down. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs. Play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They run the counter now on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
They'll try the air now with Keenum. Looking for Kelsey, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Let's go! Brand 38!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Rudolph showing the power. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A give. This is Cook. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Again, it's Cook. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Fresh set of downs here. Looking to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now back to throw. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And he'll go down at the 28. He'll get the penalty yardage back exactly, 10 yards, as they'll get it to 2nd and 10. And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact. Able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, 1st down. And Carpenter knocks it through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit right at the 20. And now here comes Kansas City. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. second down, 9 yards to go.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Keenum now to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's go. Green 39.
They go play action here on first down. And this will be incomplete.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now it's Hunt. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Chiefs on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go now. Green.
Working from the gun, Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. It looked like he might beat that last man. He doesn't, though, but it goes as a 32-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. Green 38. Green 38.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round.
They run it again with Cook. And tough sledding. You'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because they have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. Ohio.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
They run with Hunt, and that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Keenum going to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now.
Shotgun snap for Keenum. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 49. And he'll give it here to his running back. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
From the 50, it's Keenum. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Rhodes. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Leopard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. He got 29 yards that time.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Play fake here on first down. And he rifles one incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Now a give running right. It's Cook. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 7 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll look to throw here on first down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Elsewhere, a fourth-quarter score now from Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hold on, a victory there would be their third of the year. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. This is Hunt. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Second down following the run.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing now, Keenum. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Chiefs on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Set. Green 39.
Now Keenum. And the third down pass falls incomplete. So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
The punter lock out there now as he sends it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now come the Vikings. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Let's go.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Back to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Come on, let's go.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, but whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They are just brimming with it right now.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Spencer. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. as he'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Here we go. Three tonight. Ohio.
Back to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Elsewhere, a fourth quarter score now from Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They'll drop the throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
To his knee goes Keenum, and that should be the ball game. A road win in the next.